Worcester Regional Retirement System approval of the additional 2% cost of living adjustment. I know that we had voted to deny it, but it's being raised by some of the retirees, Brett.
I mean, I've supported this from day one. I voted against denying it, so I'm good to go. I've supported this from the beginning.
I have a problem because it doesn't, I mean, it says a 2% increase each year, and that's in perpetuity, but is that 2% the 16,000 plus the 320 that each retiree would benefit from, or is it on just the 16,000? It's not, it doesn't explain it that well.
Yeah,
because
Kenny explained it. So should we just watch that video again, Joe?
Yeah, I can.
He's not here to explain it again, right? So.
Right, I can bring that up and just scrub directly to that section.
I mean, only if Maureen needs and wants that. Like I said, like I'm
no,
all set.
I want everybody to be informed, Brett. So we could do that.
Yep. Second, it's fine. Email that I sent to you.
Yep.
I understand it. I just don't want to explain it in my words, Maureen. I'd rather have you hear it directly from Kenny when you were asking the questions previously.
Yep.
Technically, I was the one asking the questions, but it would be good for you to hear directly from him.
Okay, let's see if this will. Here.
I can see it. I can't hear it.
Yeah, no, there's no volume yet.
Yeah, I need. Hold on. Lost for a second. I had my computer muted and I'm trying to just get it so that it can come through the TV.
I gotcha.
Without getting the echo. Okay. So you're not hearing anything, right, Brad?
Correct.
No.
And this may or may not have anything to do with it. And I think you're trying to work around this, right? I do see that where I see Joe Layden in the Teams meeting, it's muted, but I think you're aware of that. Guessing that would create the echo if you unmuted that.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is see if the video, I mean, you're coming through loud and clear, so sharing my screen. Just want to make sure I don't get feedback.
Play a song.
Okay, it's not coming. Stop. Try to start this up again.
Equates an additional $320 to each town retiree.
It's working.
Yeah, let me just back it up a little bit to capture the beginning.
System.
Kenny, you're here. Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Yes. How is everybody?
Very good. Very good. Good to see you.
Thank you. And yourself?
Thank you. So through the chair, Attorney Sacco provided a letter outlining the COLA increase, a PERAC memo, and the law signed by former Governor Baker. So the Worcester Regional Retirement Board, they approved a one-time additional 2% COLA increase in December of 2022. Your consideration this evening is a one-time additional COLA increase of 2% based on a COLA base of $16,000 annually. The additional COLA increase of 2% is retroactive to July 1st, 2022, and that equates an additional $320 to each town retiree. The Worcester Regional Board has already approved a 3% COLA increase that equates to $480 to each town retiree. So the total for each retiree with the 3% and the 2% for a total of 5% would be $800. So based on the formula that PERAC provided as far as calculating additional potential liability, I calculated an estimate of $96,000 of additional liability to the town, and this is based off 30 retirees if this is approved. The results will need to be given to the Worcester Regional Retirement System, and there will need to be 34 towns that approve the COLA increase in order for it to be moved forward. And through the letter, my understanding that the 24 and 25 appropriation assessment will not be affected. However, there will be an impact to the pension assessment from fiscal year 26 to 36. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that was the
So-
relevant section that Brett, you were.
There's a much more detailed explanation that goes through everything, but if that answers your question, Maureen, then great. We don't have to listen to the rest of it.
No, that's fine, except, nobody's getting a 5% increase. We have town employees that are only getting 2%, and it's $800 with the 3% plus the 2%, correct? That's what he said.
No, I believe it was 800 total.
With the two together,
Right.
3% and the 2%.
The 800 total, because the
Right.
5% is 800.
Yes.
So within the town, we do have under the personnel bylaws and personnel policies, we do have a valuation system where then an additional 2.45 is given based on merit, so successfully completion of evaluations. There are some positions that don't qualify for that if they're at the top of their step. Unions, of course, have their own CBAs that were approved that have sort of moved them along, not only a COLA, but then also a step process. But the merit does not apply to positions that then are stipend employees either, because they're not on pay grid. So it's not uniformly, but we sort of get some of the people, but no one does get the 5%.
No,
So,
And that starts for 22 to 36, right? Because what we're voting on now is for fiscal 22.
This, because it's retro from July 1st, 2022, so that's the start of our FY23 budget.
Cut them back to 22.
So, well, I mean, it goes back now a year.
Yeah.
Back to July 1st. And it is on that base amount, that COLA is on that first $16,000 that constitute, when you look at the Worcester, the PERAC memo in Worcester Retirement, they talk about that base amount of 16 that it applies to. So, and that's where, and then being 800, we have 800 and change, we have 30 employees.
96,000.
And then that does build, but it's on the 16,000. It's not on the total that someone may receive.
Am I correct that most of the retirees were retired perhaps before the STEP program was in? Or, because I know a lot of the older retirees, you know, didn't make what the town employees are making now.
This is just, I think, so that in case this helps it from my perspective, this is all moot, but the benefit would be about $3,200 per employee, which is the $96,000, which wouldn't hit the town's expense line items until 2026. From 2026 to 2036, the total would be not that $96,000 spread over the 10 years is about $9,600 a year. So we get $3,200 of benefit for 30 people over the next couple of years, and then pay that off at $9,600 a year from 26 to 36. Is that your understanding, Joe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So I don't know,
But
Laura,
then-
if that sort of encapsulates
it
that,
ends in 36, correct?
Because that's when we're supposed to be fully funded.
our payment ends in 36.
Right.
Yes. Right. Our last $9,600 payment would be in 2036.
96,000.
No, $9,600 a year for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
how
one.
I-
It's a
That
one
the total
time.
exposure was 96,000.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh, 10 years. Okay.
Right. It's a one-time benefit that pays out $96,000 spread out across the 30 employees, that the town gets to pay back that $96,000 over 10 years, which starts in 2026. So the town will have to put a line item into the budget for years 2026 to 2036 for an additional $9,600 into the Worcester Retirement Fund to pay for this one-time benefit for these retirees.
What about new retirees?
Doesn't have anything to do with them.
So they wouldn't get it, right?
No, because it's a one-time thing for people in the system now. Is that right, Joe?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
Does that help, Laura?
It does. I mean, like I said, I think my point is some of the older retirees did not retire, and with inflation and the cost of everything, if it's a one-shot deal, there's 30 of them, and then we pay it back. That's considering our budget, $9,600 a year for 10 years. It's because it is a one-shot deal. I'm good with it.
Completely agree. I am still good with it.
then you can
Do you
make
have
the motion.
Okay, I'll make
Do
it.
you- I have it right. Oh, sorry, I
Okay.
have it right here. So I move that the board vote to reconsider its vote on February 7th, 2023 and approve the additional 2% cost of living adjustment as requested by the Worcester Regional Retirement System pursuant to Chapter 269 of the Acts of 2022, and authorize the town manager to prepare a letter notifying Worcester Regional Retirement System of the board's vote.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. That's it.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.